Is the HP X32c curved gaming monitor a 2026 steal or a mistake? I tested it for 2 weeks. The QHD resolution and 165Hz refresh rate are phenomenal. But here's what surprised me. This isn't just a gaming monitor. It's a covert productivity machine with a deeply frustrating secret. A twist I never saw coming. For the best price, click the link in the description. Let's dive in, /N/N right away. You want to know the headline specs. We've got a 31.5-inch VA panel. That's a big screen. It's curved, a 1500R curvature, which is pretty aggressive. It wraps around you. Resolution is 2560x1440 QHD. That's the sweet spot, honestly. Higher pixel density than 1080p, easier to drive than 4K. Refresh rate is 165Hz, so solid for competitive gaming. Response time is listed at 1 ms MPRT. We'll test that. It has AMD FreeSync Premium. It's a sleek, borderless design on 3 sides. The specs are good. Therefore, this should be a straightforward recommendation. But here's the first twist. That beautiful curve, it's a double agent. For immersive gaming, it's incredible. You feel inside the cockpit. However, for basic desktop tasks, for reading text, for any kind of graphic design or photo editing, it's a distortion field. Straight lines are not your friends. Your brain has to compensate. It's like trying to work on the inside of a bowl. Not ideal. So, who is this monitor really for? /N/N. Let's talk build and setup. Unboxing is simple. You get the stand, the monitor, a power cable, and an HDMI cable. That's it. No DisplayPort cable in my box. That's a weird omission for a 165Hz monitor, as HDMI can sometimes limit you. You'll likely need to buy a DP cable separately. Annoying, but not a deal-breaker. Assembly is toolless. Snap the stand into the base, click the monitor onto the stand. It feels sturdy, surprisingly so. The stand only offers tilt. No height adjustment. No swivel. No pivot. That's the second big compromise. If your desk height isn't perfect, you're stuck. Your neck will hold a meeting to discuss its grievances. You'll need a monitor arm. That's an extra $70. Suddenly, the budget price isn't looking so budget. The OSD menu is controlled by a little joystick nub on the back. It's fantastic. Best way to control a monitor. Intuitive, quick. The menus themselves are clean. HP includes some gaming features, a crosshair overlay, an FPS counter, and different preset modes. So physically, it's a mixed bag. Great materials, but the stand is an ergonomic crime. Therefore, you need to factor in the cost of a VESA mount. But wait, the picture quality might make you forgive all that. Right, /N/N. Let's get into the display performance. This is a VA panel. That means deep, inky blacks and high contrast. And oh boy, does it deliver. The contrast ratio is fantastic. In a dark room, watching a movie or playing a horror game, the blacks look truly black, not gray like an IPS panel. This is the monitor's superpower. Colors out of the box are decent. It covers 99% of the sRGB color space, which is fine for most gaming and media. It's not a creator monitor. Don't edit photos on this for client work. The colors are vibrant, maybe a touch oversaturated, which gamers tend to like. Brightness is adequate at 300 nits, not the brightest. In a very sunny room, you might struggle. But in normal lighting, it's perfectly fine. The 165Hz refresh rate is buttery smooth. Going from 60Hz to 165Hz is a revelation. Everything is fluid. Cursor movement, scrolling, and gaming. It's a game changer. So far, so good. Therefore, the core visual experience is strong, but here's the plot thickener. The pixel response time. /N/N panels have a weakness. Slower pixel transitions, especially in dark shades. This can cause something called black smearing or ghosting. A dark object moving across a darker background leaves a faint trail. HP claims 1 ms, but that's MPRT, a marketing metric. The actual gray-to-gray response isn't that fast, and in my testing, yes, the smearing is there. It's not catastrophic, but if you're a hyper-competitive esports player chasing every millisecond, you will notice it in fast-paced, dark scenes. In brighter games, it's less obvious. The FreeSync Premium works flawlessly to eliminate screen tearing. But that's smearing. It's the monitor's villain origin story. For casual gamers, it's a non-issue. For fast-twitch FPS enthusiasts, it's a genuine drawback. So we have a trade-off. Incredible contrast for some motion blur. Is that a fair deal? It depends on your game library. Playing Halo or asterisk Fortnite in the sun, great. Playing asterisk Dead Space or asterisk Alan Wake asterisk in the dark. You'll see the ghosts and not just the in-game ones. /n/n now, let's address the elephant in the room. The curve. I said it was a double agent. For immersion, it's unmatched. Racing games, flight sims, RPGs, you feel surrounded. It's awesome. However, for anything else, it's a learning curve. Pun intended. Trying to edit a spreadsheet. Columns look like they're leaning. Reading long articles of text. Your eyes are on a roller coaster. It's not terrible, and you do get used to it after a few days. But if your primary use is coding, writing, or spreadsheet work, a flat IPS panel is a better tool for the job. This monitor is trying to be a multi-tool, but it's really a specialized wrench. A very comfortable, immersive wrench for entertainment. I used it for writing this script, and let's just say my paragraphs now have a natural arc. See, joke number 1, /n/n connectivity is sparse. You get 2 HDMI 2.0 ports and 1 DisplayPort 1.4. That's it. No USB hub, no audio jack, no built-in speakers. You'll need external speakers or headphones. Again, this is a cost-cutting measure to hit a price point. It keeps things simple, but it also means more cables on your desk if you have multiple consoles or a work laptop. Speaking of work, I tried using it with my laptop. The PBP, picture-by-picture mode, is absent. You can't display two inputs side by side, a missed opportunity for productivity. So it's a monitor that demands a singular focus. One glorious, curved, immersive focus. But what about everyday use beyond gaming? /n/n, here's the contrarian snapback I promised. This monitor secretly excels as a single-player, after-hours entertainment hub. After my testing, I didn't want to use it for work. I wanted to use it for everything else asterisk. Movies are cinematic with those blacks. The curve makes a 32-inch screen feel more intimate. It's like a private theater. For console gaming, especially from a couch a few feet back, the curve is negligible and the experience is premium. The lack of speakers, irrelevant because you should be using a soundbar or headphones anyway. This monitor forced me to separate work and play. My flat IPS panel is for productivity. The HP X32c is for pleasure. That psychological separation is weirdly valuable. It turns your desk into a two-stage rocket. Stage 1, work. Stage 2, blast off into entertainment. My productivity didn't increase, but my relaxation definitely did. That's worth something. /n/n, let's talk value and who should buy this. At its current price point, which you can find via the link below, it's aggressively priced for a 32-inch QHD 165Hz curved display. Therefore, if your primary use is immersive gaming and media consumption, and you value deep contrast over absolute motion clarity, this is a fantastic buy. If you play mostly bright, fast-paced competitive games or need color accuracy for work, look elsewhere. If you have a small desk, the curve might actually save space by bringing the edges closer. But if you need ergonomic adjustability, factor in the cost of an arm. It's a monitor of compromises, but the compromises are clear and logical for the price. /n/n to wrap up my honest review of the HP X32c. It's not a perfect monitor. It has a stubborn stand, some black smearing, and a curve that's not for every task. But it does one thing spectacularly well. It creates an engaging, immersive, and visually rich experience for games and movies. The contrast is stunning. The smoothness of 165Hz is addictive, and when you lean into its strengths, it feels premium. It's like a sports car with a firm ride, uncomfortable for groceries, but thrilling on the right road. Is it the right monitor for you? If you're a hybrid user who wants one screen to rule them all, maybe not. But if you want a dedicated portal to your gaming and entertainment worlds, and you can live with its quirks, it's a compelling option. It's the monitor equivalent of a comfort food meal. It's not a gourmet, 5-course dinner, but man, does it hit the spot when you're in the mood. and my chair has gotten so used to the tilt, it now recommends it to all its furniture friends. Joke number 2. For the absolute best price on Amazon, check the link in the description below. Let me know in the comments if you're team curved or team flat. Thanks for watching.